welcome to episode 1 of Toxin Talk with Kurt. And in this series of videos, I'm going to be talking about and addressing everything relating to mycotoxins, endotoxins, molds that are found in your feed grains, and how they affect your barn performance. Now, I get a lot of questions every day with regards to mycotoxins and how they are affecting issues within the barn. So guys, keep those questions coming, and we're going to be using this platform to answer some of those questions. Now, the first question I'm always getting is, what exactly is a mycotoxin? And simply put, a mycotoxin comes from the naturally occurring molds that are found within the feed grains. You first need the mold, and under the right conditions, whether it's the right temperature or moisture, then a mycotoxin can develop. The other question I get is, why is it important to understand what level of mycotoxins are within your feed grains? And the reality is approximately 25% of the global feed grain industry is contaminated with mycotoxins. And just in the economic loss or economic impact in North America is approximately $5 billion. So understanding what level you have in mycotoxins can give you an understanding of how it can affect the performance within your barns. It can affect your feed conversion rates, it can affect your days to market, and the overall health of your animals. You know, and the other question I get is, well, what is the safe level of mycotoxins that I could be feeding to my animals? And the general consensus within the research community is that number is 0. But the reality is it's virtually impossible to have a 0 count of all the mycotoxins that are out there, because there's approximately 300 mycotoxins that have been identified. However, in North America, we concentrate on approximately 12 mycotoxins that can do significant economic and physical damage within your stock, within your breeding stock or production stock. So having a good idea or understanding as to what levels you're working with right now is incredibly important. And even research has shown that even having small amounts of mycotoxins with numerous different mycotoxins can have a significant effect in overall barn performance versus just having one single mycotoxin at a significantly higher level. Next, I want to share with you guys what I've been seeing in the last 7 months with regards to mycotoxins that I've seen right on farm. I know I've seen a lot of you guys and been testing a lot of your grains right on farm, but I want to share with you 4 mycotoxins that have been identified as a concern in the last 7 months. First one being T2HT2 mycotoxin. Now, typical symptoms or clinical signs that you can see when you've got a contamination of T2HT2 toxin is the animals will start showing skin issues or skin sores, whether it's flank sores, mouth lesions, ear necrosis, tail necrosis. And why it's important to identify and take a look and test for T2HT2 toxin is that HT2 toxin is approximately 50 times more toxic than vomitoxin. The other mycotoxin that I've seen a concerning level with is fumonisin, and specifically though within wheat, barley, corn, and DDGs. And the concern with fumonisin is its ability to suppress the immune system and leave the animal open to other types of infections. Typical issues that you would see with fumonisin contaminated grain are animals that have respiratory issues. They've got decreased immune system, so they have just a general sickly appearance to them. There isn't a uniformity in growth within the pens, and there's also been an increase in research as to the correlation between PRRS related outbreaks and contaminated grains with fumonisin, which has been quite interesting. Uh, Typically with fumonisin contaminated grains, you can start seeing symptoms as quickly as 12 to 24 hours. And if you do decide to do an autopsy, if you're concerned that you may have fumonisin laced grains or contaminated grains running through your barns, if you do an autopsy and you take a look at the liver, take a look and see if it's yellowish in color and if there's lesions on it, and as well look at the heart, liver, and actual lungs. If they are a larger weight, that's another clinical sign that your grains are contaminated with fumonisin. The next mycotoxin that has shown a concern is ergot in barley. And the effect of ergot within the animals and the overall performance can be quite dramatic, right from reproductive issues to daily feed conversion rates, average daily gain. But it's its ability to constrict the vessels within the animal that can affect reproductive rates. So if you start seeing some issues within your breeding stock initially, take a look and start doing some testing for ergot. The next concern that I've seen is zearalenone, specifically with the soy, both Manitoba-based soy and some of the soy that's coming out of the US. And the big concern with zearalenone is its ability to interrupt and cause issues within your breeding stock. It's a mycotoxin that's called highly estrogenic, in that it can really affect mortality rates, abortions, the ability of the sow to produce milk, having concerns with repeats. So definitely, if you start seeing those issues, get things tested on the soy side. And sorry, just to go back one step, even with the ergot, hopefully this year we're going to have a good harvest season with limited ergot. But as we start moving closer to harvest, let's get those ditches cleaned, get the grasses cut down, watch the headlands. Go through a walk on the headland side to make sure that those grasses and those grains aren't showing actual physical contamination of ergot. So guys, in the next episode, I'm going to be diving into the world of endotoxins and how endotoxins can affect your barn performance. I hope you guys liked this first episode. Please, again, send in those questions. I'd be happy to answer them. These kinds of questions are the ones that are driving these episodes and these videos, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a great day.